I like that. It gives me a window of opportunity to correct my camera settings. That's to me something nice. Welcome to the broadcast. As you can tell, I finally have gotten the camera up so you can actually see. If you see me like glancing upwards and looking upwards, I'm checking how everything looks with the camera. It's still not centered quite how I would like. But I'm gonna have to deal with that just because I have no way to mount it to my TV. If I'm gonna take the camera and show you. Why is this cord? There we go. Basically, yeah, the way my TV is, I don't have any way to mount it with how I have this set up. So I have it actually posted up and in like on a podium type thing. Anyways, it works. It works for me. So. Alright, so this is how I play flank. I did catch a couple of notes. One of them will pertain to Maeve, but I just want to go back and talk about Frontline, where they're talking about Khan, where in the next patch, Khan's his overpower ultimate is going to be affected by CC. It's going to be affected by resilience. And then any cards in your life. To me, that's just fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Like, maybe reduce the amount of time on it to where it lasts, like, say, going from 8 to 9 seconds down to 5 to 6 seconds. Don't actually have it as a straight, it lasts for a minimum of 2 seconds. A minimum of 2 seconds? That's Moji's magic barrier! Like, what the fuck are you gonna do in that time? That's so stupid. Alright, the other one revolves around Maeve and Street Justice, but we'll talk about later. First off, let's start with flanks. Now, one of the big things I want to say with flanks all have escape skills. That's the big thing. That's for getting in and out. Just to be clear, some flanks are not flanks. They're more damage dealers. Like, to me, Xin is a flank. Willow could be considered a flank. I would prefer Willow as a flank over a damage, rather than just being a straight-up damage dealer because of her flutter. I think if they improve her flutter a little bit, I think she's more of a flank. She only really has two abilities. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been tired. I'm very tired from yesterday. She to me is more of a flank than damage. Sha Lin is definitely a flank. More so than Willow. Sha Lin is a flank. Yes, he's high damage. I don't care. Sha Lin should be a flank. Skye, you know, I see with her invisibility why they have her listed as a flank, but then again, you know, I'm not happy with that, just because she doesn't have an escape skill. Talus is definitely a flank. Tyra is definitely a damage. Victor is definitely a damage who can play as a flank. The quite controversial Moji is not a flank. Straight up damage if you want. Like, I know a lot of people that get pissed off at me because I play Moji more like a frontline than I do a flank. But you have to realize, look at Moji's abilities! There we go. She has one escape skill, and it just scampers you forward. Like, that's not an escape skill! It's not! The amount of damage that she puts out. Maeve is definitely a flank. Lex is definitely a flank. You want to look at damage? Leon could be a goddamn flank. I honestly, originally, my original Leon build when I first started playing her was as a flank. But I believe, what did I have for a loadout for her? I had the gain health. I had max movement speed on that, 15% movement speed. There were 5 points into that. There were 5 points into that. I had that as one of my burn cards at 1. I had 3 points into enemies hit by presence receive reduced healing. And then I had another burn card that was increase the dash distance of Grace. But that was my original Leon build. That was a flank Leon type build. That's rather intriguing. And then you look at top tier. Eevee's a flank. Drogos is a damage dealer. I will say he's a damage dealer, even though he kind of has that mobility. Cassie could be considered a flank to me. Same thing with Bomb King. Bomb King's lower health. If his Poppy Bomb was a straight-up dedicated escape skill for him, that would be a lot better. Same thing with Cassie's dodge roll. The amount of mobility that she has with that. By the way, for the next video, which is how to play damage, we will be talking about the nerfs that are coming to her, where they're basically just destroying my loadout for her. Where my loadout is built around Quiver. I take full advantage of that. With the extra 10 ammo, I have a 16 round clip with the bitch. I'm still gonna run it even though it's at 5. Even though it's at 5 now instead of 10, that's still an 11 round clip. That's almost double. I'm still gonna run with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm using that stupid card. At level 5. Because it would be hard for me to take that card out and still maintain that. I'd have to reload too much for me. That's my thing. With the fucking 16 round magazine, I don't have to worry about reloading. Like, seriously. Fire, 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 fire. I can mow down a whole enemy team before I have to reload. Particularly because they're increasing the reload time on her. Buck is... To me, Buck and Moji are the two flanks. They should not be flanks. They should be damages. Moji just because of their escape skills. They're not really escape skills. Like, especially Buck is more of a time consumer for me. But... anyway, let's jump right in. How to play flank. So for one thing, the key to flanks, you have to realize, is their damage output is high for a reason. They're designed to be finishers. Now, if you want to look at your finishers, there are a lot of flanks that can sustain damage. That can get up in your face and sustain damage and knock out tanks. When people get pissed off about flanks, it's usually because they can take down. Your high damage ones, Xin is a high damage. Skye, if you build her right, is a high damage. Talus is a high damage. Moji is a high damage. Maybe if you build her right, high damage. Lex is probably one of the lower end flanks. I would say Lex and Eevee are both lower end flanks. Buck, if you build him right, high damage. Androxus, if you know how to play Androxus, there's no way to really build him for high damage, because if you're gonna build him, you want to specialize in a couple of things. So we're gonna start at the top. Androxus does have the ability to play some frontline. I am going to talk about what other roles you can play as a flank, because flank to me is that wildcard class. My Moji can literally play damage, flank, frontline, healer. My only other build off of actually no, we're going to get the Moji out of the way because I said we're not going to talk about it a lot. We're going to get the controversial one out of the way. So, one thing you need to look at right off the bat, look at your list of abilities. When I say Moji is about a 2,000 damage character, damage a second character, I am over exaggerating. It's only about 1,000 to 1,500. Ooh, wow, that's so scary. So every 0.1 second, you deal 50 damage. So in 1 second, you've dealt 500 damage. Familial Spit is a shot every 0.6 seconds that deals 250, plus another 50 more for every stack of magic mark. Now, I can get 2 Familial Spits off. So there's another 250 each. So now you're 1,000 damage. Plus the bonus damage I get from stacking is another 250, because I have 0.6 seconds of R2, and then I have an L2. So that's 0.6 times 50. That's 300, actually. So, in 2 Familial Spits, I put out a total of 2,100 damage. 1 second! 2,100 damage. I'm rounding off. I don't care. Okay? 2,000 damage a second. 2,000 damage a second. I'm sorry. It's insane. That's if you know how to play them right. People say everybody plays Moji the same way. Nah. For one thing, the Yummy card is stupid, and the Snack Attack card is stupid. Yummy, I understand. If you're trying to single out opponents on the team, Yummy is great, but you have to realize that ultimate is very hard to hit. If you're trying to hit a direct target, especially if they have means of escape, if they have a shield, it's not gonna hit. Let me tell you, here's who you can hit. You hit Furia pretty easily. Androxus cannot reversal it because it's a CC-based thing. He can dash out of it, and you can't really hit him in air with it. Ashe, I can hit her when she's in her little ultimate circle, and it's fucking wonderful. Right? But I can't hit her through a shield. Can't hit Barrack through a shield. I can hit Bomb King, I can hit Buck, I can hit Cassie. I can hit Drogos as long as he's on the ground. Eevee can just ice block or teleport like crazy, so I don't even try with her. Fernando, if he's got his shield up or his ultimate up, I can't do anything. Grok, during his ultimate and Ghost Walk, I can't do anything. Or with Totematic Ward. Like, anything that reduces CC, that it prevents CC, prevents being impaired by CC, I can't do it. Same thing Makoa with Leviathan, can't do it. Or his shield. Khan, shield. Vivian, shield. Zinc can billow out. Ruckus with his shield. Torvald's a bitch to do because he's got that fucking auto recharge shield. Like, I can't hit him. What are you doing, Rocky? Well, I got my dog behind here. This is the one problem with having a camera now, is you're gonna be able to see me doing crap in the background and it gets kind of messed up, but... Like, Moji's harder to hit with, so basically, you know, Moji can rush right in and do damage. If you look at, this is my primary build, this is for everything. Now, by the way, another thing I want to explain, when I say a 2000 type character, Boom Boom spreads that over a damage. This is why I love running Moji as anti-frontline, as anti-tank, as a point tank. Because, okay, so you have all this with my loadout and Boom Boom. You take Life Rip. You get Life Rip right off the bat. Life Rip 1. Maybe the Cauterize if you need for 2, or Wrecker if you need that. Life Rip 2, Life Rip 3, right? 30% of the damage that you do, which is 2,000 damage a second, comes back to you. Now, you stack this with Boom Boom, it gives you even more damage because everybody within 15 feet is going to take the same amount of damage as the person you're detonating a magic mark on. So, if I'm doing 750 magic mark damage on Khan, and he's got Makoa and Inara sitting right there, they're taking that damage too. So it turns me into an AoE. The other thing you have to realize, and this is something that's become controversial that I want to address, your familial spray is a direct damage. However, it goes through certain types of shields. It goes through Vivian's shield. It goes through Khan's shield. It goes through Fernando's shield. Because they are personable, frontal, deployable shields. Any shield that is a personal, frontal, deployable shield. Now, we're not talking about Barrack or Ash. That's something that's dropped on the ground. That is a ground-based shield. Right? We're not talking about Furia. We're not talking about Barrack Bowling Ball or the charge card on Fernando or Grok. Or we're not talking about Ruckus's shield. We're not talking about Torvald's shield. We're not talking about Makoa's shield because you have to get inside the shield to do damage, or with half shell, yada yada. And Inara doesn't really have a shield. She does, but like not for what we're talking about. Vivian, Fernando, Khan, your shields are ineffective at Moji's familial spray. I go through and around the shields. So no, doesn't work. My L2 can be blocked by the shield. But because the thing is, I cannot spray a shield and then detonate it. So Wrecker on Moji's kind of useless. My spray goes through most shields. I can't stack those hits on shielding. So Familial Spit is only going to be 250 a shot on the shield every time. It is not going to stack the magic marks on until the shield is gone. Snack Attack is kind of useless to me because I would rather do damage with Boom Boom and have Life Rip and get more consistently than having to kill somebody. Because it's players that you kill. You're better off running Kill to Heal if you want something like that. Get Kill to Heal 2 or Kill to Heal 3. At Kill to Heal 2, you almost have Snack Attack. At Kill to Heal 3, you're better than Snack Attack. And that includes Elimination. So that card to me is stupid. 2, if you don't have a healer. Like, if you're playing a game of Ranked, you're like me, you take Moji top pick, because Moji's an insane flank, and you decide that the rest of the team decides not to take a healer. if they have like a second flank, go ahead and run Toot. I have a build for Toot, which I will explain. It's specialized. But again, that's why I say you can play, all of your flanks can be specialized. Yummy is an interesting card. I used to take this a lot, I don't now. If you're gonna build around morale boost, but you don't really need to. Basically, it turns this card into Leon's, where when you eat somebody, you heal for 1,000 health and you recharge your ultimate. Problem is, A, either you don't hit them, which is a waste of a legendary card right there. If you can't use what your legendary card is meant for, hello Rocky, then you're not going to be able to. Alright. Say hello to Rocky. This is my little dog. I have a much bigger dog, but by much bigger dog, I mean like 20 pounds bigger, but he's an old man, leave him alone. Shut up. I can see you home thinking. Anyways. God, my back. So, Yummy is kind of an interesting card. It's nice that you can heal, because you're probably going to take a ton of damage when you're trying to zero in and get your target, but yeah, looking at, alright, so let's get into the loadouts, because I've talked too much. Magic Barrier is a 10-second cooldown, and Scamper's a 5-second cooldown. The key to this build is Peppy. The Peppy 5 right there. Eliminations reduce all cooldowns by 50%. That card needs to be nerfed if they want to nerf that. Because basically, I get an assist, or I get a kill, and my cooldowns reset. And I get an assist, and I get elimination, and my cooldowns reset. So I can constantly spam my abilities. Okay, I use Magic Barrier, come out Magic Barrier, and kill everybody because they were stupid enough to shoot me. The rest of this is interesting. This right here, I built in, because remember, I play a frontline Moji, I have crowd control reduction built in. I have Resilience 1 built into my loadout. Plain and simple. Just because I plan on playing more on the point. I'm not a backline, get in people's faces and fuck you up, depending on the map. There are some maps I strictly run frontline Moji. Timbermill, I'm not going to be in their backline. I don't want to play Moji on that map. I don't want to play that map at all. Nature's Blessing is helpful because it increases your ultimate charge rate. So for me, there's no point in taking Yummy with that. It recharges fast enough on its own. Same thing with the Life Rip. I'm really tired, I'm sorry. I came up, my shift yesterday was 1 a.m. to 7 p.m. Came back, cooked dinner, and then passed out before I could do anything on my PS4, really. I had YouTube on, I had Spotify on, and I passed out. Sorry. Trying to wake up. So, the lifesteal right there, once again, with the amount of damage that you do, it's helpful. It's enemies with the maximum number of magic marks, which is kind of hard because you only get it when you consume them, but it's a nice burst heal. Especially if you get shot at a Magic Barrier, you're low health, you can just spin around and get 8% lifesteal on everybody on top of the lifesteal you already have. Now, the 2-1 is critical here, because the Cloud, I love this, so it's leave a cloud that heals allies, that grants allies 30% movement speed and 600 health over 3 seconds. So it's 200 health a second. For 6 seconds, basically. I didn't mean to do that. So this is, when I call the Scamper, this is the low right. So you take the, so now that's a 5-second cooldown on that. I have Peppy at 4. And then, because I'm not doing as much damage, I have the Life Rip card. This is more damage potential for me with the reduced healing. Like, you notice I don't have a lot built into my loadouts around a couple of cards people tell me I should build around. For example, this. Oh, I should have that 5. No. No, you shouldn't. Take Cauterize. Cauterize 2 is better than that. Just plain and simple. Because it affects everything. Same thing here. Oh, you should have that card. No, I don't need my magic marks really lasting longer because I consume them almost as soon as I put them on you. Like, there's no reason for me to run that. That is helpful if you're having difficulty with characters that like to escape. The other problem, too, is a lot of characters can remove magic marks that have been placed on you. You know, a Ceres, a Grok, an Eevee, a Maldamba, a Zin. They all have the ability to remove magic marks off of themselves. Torvald can just recharge his shield and say bye-bye to the magic marks. Terminus puts his power siphon up. He kind of does that. Talus can teleport and have the same effect. So those are characters that you don't really get much benefit from doing that. Alright, we're done with the Moji. Moji's all around best. Moving on. Next, we're talking about, we'll just do this row, and then we'll go up, and then we'll go down. That's kind of fucked up. Maeve. Maeve is anti-tank if you build her right. So, for one thing, this skin that I have right here, Demonette Maeve, is a pay-to-win skin. Don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me it is not a pay-to-win skin. Fucking triple pounce on that bullshit. Seen it happen. If it's a glitch, that's one thing. But it's on that skin and that skin only. Looking at your loadout, Street Justice is the way to go. I've seen people do 9 lives builds where it gives you extra healing. You heal for almost 1,000 now if you build the loadout right, and it cleanses CC effects. I've seen people use this to avoid Khan's ultimate. It's not helpful. Eliminations reset the cooldown of Pounce, but the problem is Pounce doesn't do as much damage. That 10% damage is bullshit. Now, they're talking about nerfing a lot of her damage resistance. I don't build her that way. I built her for speed. She's meant to move around. She's not meant to get in there and stay in there and fight. This is not Maeve versus Shao Kahn. Fight! Finish him. No, that's not what Maeve is. Okay? Maeve is the highly mobile, dance around, and chuck knives at people. Cat Burglar sucks. Right there. That card to me. If you miss that shot, you're shit out of luck. Street Justice is the way to go, because Street Justice goes through shields. Again, poor Khan's shield. Poor Khan's shield. I pulled up my shield, I die right through it. I pulled up my shield, I die right through it. It's sad for him. So, 9 lives should be used strategically. Alright, so this is my primary build. I have 2 different builds. I don't like running the speed boost build. Everything here will stack. So you notice what I have. So obviously you're going to want to increase your maximum health, get you above 2,000. Like, that's my thing. There should only be 2 characters in the game that are below 2,000 health. And that would be Eevee and Talus. Get her above 2,000 health. I don't care. I don't care if you just put the 2 points into it. Get her at 2,000 health. Get her into Sky territory at least. My filler points are in that. I've got the 5 points in the speed bonus for Prowl, plus the eliminations, plus the movement speed for 9 lives and Pounce. Because what I do is, so the way I play Maeve, you're going to want to chuck some knives as you go forward. Then you pounce it. Then you go 9 lives, and then you pounce it again. Because that's your anti-tank, especially if you're running Street Justice. So I get in 1 to 2 daggers, that's 400 each. So let's say I hit my first set of daggers, but I missed my second. So I've done 800 damage on you. I got a pounce in. That's 400. You're already missing 800 damage, so I get 30% of that. Surely for me for math. Let me just... 400... 300. I'm just going to call it 250, okay? So now you got another 250 damage in. So we've gone from 800, 400, 250. We're looking at 1450. 9 lives. Bam! Another pounce. 30% of 1450. It's anti-tank. A lot of people say, oh, we need her to be anti-tank. Fuck that shit. You've got Moji, who can play anti-tank. You've got Andro, who can play anti-tank. You've got Zin, who can play anti-tank. You've got Sky, that I have built almost specifically as anti-tank. Maeve doesn't need to be anti-tank. But your speed boost here, this is for those people who like to bunny hop around and move around. Like, this is for those people who want to just fly across the map. Go, 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 that Maeve! And fly. And it is incredibly effective. Especially if you stack it with my Torvald build that we went over for how to frontline. With the get a shield on you and move another 50% faster, you're a human bottle rocket. The use me build is more about sustain. So now, I use 9 lives, I get health out of that. My double pounce, I get health out of that. Every second during Prowl, I get health out of that. got a little bit of speed in the prowl. This is what I primarily run. I've seen people run damage resistance type builds. Well, okay, so they'll stack persistence. They'll stack sixth sense. They'll stack scar tissue. They'll stack featherlight. I don't like those types of builds because you have to put a lot of points in. You know, if you were to put 3 points into those and then 3 points into your maximum health, so you look, okay, after you use this or this or this, you get that damage reduction. I'm not a fan of that. If I'm gonna stay and take it, I'm gonna stay and take it and out heal you. I don't want to reduce the damage. I want to out heal the damage. I want to get something back. You're gonna look for Lex. Lex is the last one on this row, and then we'll do the top, and then we'll go down again. Lex. With Lex, you want to run morale boost. That ultimate is not a direct damage, it's an AoE damage. Because if I can hit multiple fuckers with that thing, then it's an AoE damage. I'm sorry, if I can hit multiple people with it, it becomes an AoE damage. I'm trying to slide my chair over a bit. I'm trying to fix my camera, hold on. This is my first stream with the camera, you're gonna have to deal with it. Okay. One thing I do need to note, your weapon does not deal a lot of damage. You're about 350 a shot. Granted, you get 10 rounds, you have to land all of them. The recoil on it is hard. I have a harder time playing Lex than I do Androxus, believe it or not. Like, Androxus is my guy. I had a TDM game. I can't show you the picture, because it won't let me post the picture up on the stream. But, I had a game with Lex where or not Lex, with Androxus, it's a game of deathmatch. I had 22 kills and 8 assists out of the team. Like, fucking hard carry. Like, seriously, I just shut them down. Top damage, top play, everything like that. So you look at him, Pursuit is a good way to deal your bulk damage. A lot of people use it as a finisher because it's an auto-aim finisher. I don't. I use it to get people low and rely on my accuracy to do it. The fact that you can combat slide every 3 seconds is great. You know, Retribution, a lot of people don't think about Retribution. A lot of people do either Death Hastens, which helps on getting people lower. Weapon shots deal 25% more damage to targets below 65% or above 65% health. Don't need it. The Law 1, don't need it. Discovery or Heroism is what you want to run. Here's why. So I have a Heroism build and a Retribution build. This is the Heroism build. So increase the distance of your combat slide, because that is going to give you get the CC immunity when you're sliding, you get 90% damage reduction when you're sliding. Terminus wants to ult you, go right the fuck ahead. I'm only going to take 1,000 damage out of that ult, if that. No wait, is it 4,000? I'm only going to take 400 damage out of that. Ooh, it's a Sky. Sky wants to ult, zip, slide, take 300 damage. It's a nice counter to ultimates. Khan keeps targeting you. Nope, slide. I like this because it's every shot you hit for 1.4 seconds is going to heal you for 1,000 health. Or 100 health, sorry. You can tell I'm tired. That's just some extra health for me. Because when I'm running this build, my Heroism Use Me build, I don't really focus on my Retribution target. But if I kill them by accident, then the Justice Serve and the Hunted do help with getting that health back. I get the 10% life rip until they're dead, and then I get 15%. If I'm running the Retribution build, this is what you want to run. And this is what's important. So now I've got the 50% life steal against them. And you notice it's the same cards, it's just different levels for it. Because now I'm focusing people out. I'm saying, who can I go after? Who can I get at? And that's why Lex, for being what I consider to be the lowest damage flank, Lex to me is one of the highest flanks, higher up flanks. He does have a skill level because you have to be able to manage your fights. If you're gonna run Retribution and focus on targeting out this person, they're dead. This person, they're dead. This person, they're dead. Then you need to make sure that you are focusing them the right way. So if you're getting up against the snipers, if you're trying to go up against snipers, right? When the snipers are dead, you're usually in their back line, you need to be able to get out. That's why this is a go-to build for me. The extra distance on the combat slide, that's mostly for getting in and out. And then that's just icing on the cake there. but almost half my health back for killing somebody, plus the life rip there. You take life rip with him in game. He does not have high anti-tank potential. Him and Maeve. I'm tired of people saying him and Maeve are anti-tank. They're not really anti-tank. Not against some of the other anti-tank type flanks in the game. He's great for getting in and picking off healers. He's great for getting in and picking off damages. Other flanks. The higher health you get, the harder time he has to deal with. Same thing I would say with Maeve. With Maeve, the higher health they are, the better she is. So she can play anti-tank, but she can't sit there on the point and be frontline. She kind of needs to pick her shots carefully against tanks. So let's go up. Let's go to Eevee. Eevee is my worst flank, because I don't like that type of high mobility, high movement. That's why Emoji is my flank, because he's not really a flank. He's more of a sit there and stay and take it type character. You have to look, so you have, the blast radius on your ice staff is small. Small. Doing anything for you? Okay, but it is high damage. I know I'm mainly using as targets that aren't gonna miss. Now, Snow Globe is fucking useless. It only lasts for 2 seconds. The fact that it costs less energy, you can get it out faster. But there's no point. Just take morale boost with her. She doesn't need Chronos. Like, no matter how you have her built, she doesn't need Chronos. She doesn't need Master Rider. Fuck, she can jump off her horse and fly faster than her goddamn horse. Like, she doesn't need Nimble. She's the fastest character in the game. Literally, this right here is the fastest character in the game. It's her. It's Sky. It's Maeve. It's Talus. Those are your 4 fastest flanks in the game. This bitch is #1. With no loadout or nothing. Fastest character in the game. You don't need Nimble on her. Stop taking Nimble on her. It's stupid. Especially because you can't really build her speed around her loadout, so it's not like you could really stack up an obscene amount of speed like you could on Sky or Maeve. Or even Talus, for that matter. I forgot about Talus. Talus, you can do that. One thing you have to deal with Eevee. She's high damage for her primary attack for a reason. Because she doesn't have any other way to do damage outside of her ultimate. She can soar and fly around like a motherfucker. She can teleport like crazy. Wormhole is ridiculous. With teleport, constant teleport bullshit. 3 seconds, you can teleport twice. It's ridiculous. No. Because what they do, they're right here. Shoot, teleport, shoot. They like turn around and she's gone already. That's why when I see wormhole Eevees, I don't turn around for the second shot. I'll sit there and keep firing at where they're going to teleport to. Because 9 out of 10 times, wormhole Eevees, they automatically teleport. Because their instinct is, the person's going to turn around. I don't. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you, Eevees. I'm smarter than you. You little wormhole Eevees. I'm not going to turn around and shoot you. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to shoot where you're at. Especially if I'm running Vivian. Go ahead. Shoot me from the back. I'm just going to sit here. Keep mowing you down. Reprieve is the card I prefer to take, because it's 300 health a second for 3 seconds. That's 900 health on an 1800 health character. I cannot be cauterized during it, because it becomes immune to all damage and status effects. I don't care that I can't move or attack. Like, I can sit on the point and contest for 3 seconds and heal out of it, and you can't do jack shit about it. And I don't like Over the Moon. Over the Moon is a hard card to use. But this is a reprieve build. So I have the cooldown on Ice Block down to 10 seconds. And I have 300 health when I teleport. Which is nice because it's 4 seconds on this one. This is mostly my filler card for this. Like I have the one for Khan with Battleship. Mostly when I activate Ice Block, I find myself at 1 ammo, 2 ammo, 0 ammo. And her reload time is longer. Like on her, I seriously consider reload speed over Cauterize a Wrecker. And then like this, I don't get a lot of kills. I get more assists than I do kills. So this is kind of a wasted filler card. But oh well. See, the thing with her is she's meant around kills. Look, kills reduce cooldown. Kills reduce this. Tired. Probably put this in my loadout, and we'll do this. This is another one right here, too, because this is the same thing I said with Pip. My weapon should not be damaging me. And then here, yeah. I'm definitely doing that. Alright. And then this is my wormhole build. So now you get even more health out of Blink. So now we're going to round it to 400. You get 800 health every time you teleport. Basically. Because what you're going to do, you're going to, every time you activate Blink, blink, 800 health. Blink, wait your cooldown. Blink, 800 health. Increase your range, the reload speed, and then again, that's another filler for me because, again, I have that problem. You're not going to get a lot of healing with Ice Block, but her sustainability is what makes her so annoying. If you can play that high mobility type, flying around all over the place, wee, shoot some shots as you fall out of the air, teleport, shoot, Ice Block, heal up, teleport. I'm not one of those type of characters. I like to be more a ground-based character than aerial-based character. That's why I don't play her as much. I am decent with her. But, and then there's Buck! Yeah! Let's do this! Buck is interesting because, again, he does have 2 good cards. Most of your flanks, you're going to have 2 good cards on and 2 meh cards that you shouldn't do. Bucking Wild is a bad card to take. The eliminations reset its duration is a problem. I just wish he had damage reduction for it. Like, your weapon fires faster for 60% faster for 6 seconds, and you don't consume ammo. Great! And I take too much damage and have to sit there and waste a full 3 seconds having to bulk up and heal. That's my impersonation, by the way, of Buck when he decides to heal. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm renewing. There we go. Ugh. Healing! That looks really creepy and not like that, but oh well. But yeah, no, he's not that type of a character. I don't like that card. Bouncy House to me is also stupid. It does give him extra damage if you jump onto people. I don't use my Heroic Leap for that. I use that as an escape skill. Especially with the reload cards, where I find out the reload cards are useless, having to take the 5 points out of the reload speed. Which is better for my loadout in the long run, but the key is, so when you use your Heroic Leap, you want to, like, leap up almost straight into the air, reload when you're in air. Like, blam, reload. Or heal. Because it's long, if you can time it, if you can get your jumps timed properly, you can time it. If you're already being cauterized, you can just wind down that cauterize long enough for you to heal. Especially if you're running bulk up and ensnare. Ensnare does give you high damage. Cause what you do, okay, so hit him with the net. There's 200 damage right up front. You're in close range, you're slow, you get in close. Bam! 30% bonus damage on top of your 700 damage. You can do about, I think it's 1100 a shot is the most I've been able to do. So this is the, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that, hold up. This is my ensnare build. I call it Concussion. Because look at that card. How could you not want that card? So, increase the duration. That puts it 3.5 seconds slow. That's insane. And then reduce cooldown. This is actually the card that I swapped out my reload speed card for. I just completely swapped it out for that. So 5 seconds, net shot card. The lifesteal. Remember, if you're gonna remember, this is my thing with Moji. If you're gonna do that much damage, you want to get some of it back. This is mostly because I'm not running bulk up. I need that card because I'm not running bulk up. And then this is helpful because you're gonna pop around and get a bunch of kills. He's an annoying character. You have to realize that. He's not even a good character. He's just an annoying character. Because of the fact that he has CC in him. He can slow you down. The fact that he can do so much damage. The fact that he can jump away and heal himself almost back to full health. Especially if you're running this build right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the crown jewel build for me that everybody on my friends list has taken from me. They don't touch my emoji build. They touch the buck build. They say, hey, I need that buck build. Here's why. So you have now, every 5 seconds I can heal. And I get 32% damage reduction. And I get 32% life steal. And here's the thing. So the life steal lasts for 4 seconds, and the damage reduction lasts for 3 seconds. I have a 5-second cooldown. So by the time my recovery is off of cooldown, I'm ready to go again because I've already got the 32% life rip. So those two abilities cover me for the duration of that. Now, I don't use net shot as much. But that little extra life rip does help, once again. And interestingly enough, what I did when I took the reload card out, I put I put an extra 2 points into deep breath and life steal. I kind of tweaked this loadout a bit. I went to, because I had the life steal was at 3, and I had the deep breath at 1. So what I did is I put the 3 points into deep breath and 1 into Giga Siphon. So it's 5-4-4-1-1 now. You generally see that with a lot of my builds. I'm going to have 2 cards that are at 5 points, or I'm going to have 1 card at 5 and 2 cards at 4 and 4. I'm not one of those people that likes to do the 3-3-3-3. That's stupid. No. But you use that with bulk up because, so you get 600 up front, and it increases your maximum health for 5 seconds. Or, you know, until the next time my recovery is ready, baby. What? So I can always, basically, if I time it right, I'm always running my buck as a, say with me now, 2600 health flank. That officially makes him the highest health flank in the game at that point. But he's an annoying character because he's a backline character. He gets in there and he pisses you off because he slows you, he out-heals you, and he can bounce around, and he does a lot of damage. Androxus is kind of hard to use. I love the skill with Androxus. If you want to look at his legendary cards, one thing I need to tell you right now, heads will roll. Headshots deal an additional 50% damage. Any upper body shot counts as a headshot. Pink, shoot you in the chest, 50% more damage. That is a card I've been running with a lot more, and it gives you the extra 2 rounds. Darkstalker's useless. They're already that low, you don't need that extra damage. Just fucking kill them already and be done with it. Defiant Fist, that can be annoying. That can be very annoying, but you have to realize that you have to hit 10 revolver shots before you punch somebody. So you basically, you have to fire off almost 2 full clips before you punch somebody. No. Now, Androxus pisses me off because I see so many people that they just dash, and then punch. Dash, punch. They just get up and punch, and that to me is so fucking stupid. You have a gun! Use it! You literally have a gun! Use it! Bam, 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 bam. They gave you a gun for a reason, so that you can shoot people. Godslayer is definitely a card to run. I have a specific Godslayer build, but my primary build is built for Godslayer or the other one. And they're kinda similar to one another. This is the primary build you're gonna want to run. This is mostly around self-healing and sustainability. This is your most flexible and versatile build. So, heal for 50% of the damage absorbed by reversal. So you got 1.4 seconds to sit there and cut and prevent all damage from the front for the most part. And now you get 50% of that back. The Nether Step, that stacks every time you Nether Step, and you can do it 3 times before it goes on cooldown. So that's 600 health right there. Hitting a target with Reversal, which if you have Godslayer, that's auto-aim, reduces cooldown of Nether Step by 20%. So now I can shave some time off of that. Hitting an enemy reduces the cooldown of Reversal. I prefer this card, because if your accuracy is right, this will do more for you than straight up reducing the cooldown of Reversal. And then this is a card that I kind of switch in and out a lot of. See, I flip back and forth on this one. This is a card that really kills me. Is, do I want to have the cooldown and reversal down by 2.5 seconds and stack that with Seething Rage? Or do I want to run the Abyssal Touch, which I reduce the cooldown Nether Step by 4 seconds if my punch hits somebody. But that involved me getting up close, so I'm gonna go with this for this build. Like, you see how I kind of flip-flop? I literally run almost the same cards. So you have this one right here. I have the punch on here. There's a reason for that. This is a big one. So hitting an enemy reduces cooldown there. This puts my cooldown on reversal at 8 seconds. I only need to hit 3 shots, basically, to reduce the cooldown. I hit 3 revolver shots, and my cooldown on reversal is gone. This is meant to be a constant reversal. By the way, that stacks with reversal. If I hit somebody with my reversal, that card does that. This is again for sustain. This is again for sustain, because I'm going to be using reversal a lot. And then this is for Nether Step, really. But the Godslayer build is a bit OP. Because you guarantee a minimum of 800 damage. Like, literally, rather than reload, there are times I will, if I see somebody low health, I will put up reversal just to shoot out 800 damage and guarantee a hit. It always hits somebody. Unless they, like, if I can see somebody in front of me, it's going to home in on somebody. If they round a corner, I can't hit them, obviously, but I can chase them around the corner, certainly. He really is a hunt you down type flank. Because you can Nether Step to them. You can reversal if you need to get out and wait for your cooldown to Nether Step out. I'm not one of those types that Nether Steps into the air and like does that weird glide down bullshit. I don't do that. I will with my ultimate, obviously, but I don't really do that for the rest of it. Because for your ultimate, just go up into the air, blam, 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 blam. Okay, so then we gotta go down here. We've got Sky. This is the best anti-tank in the game. Okay. Preparation to me is kind of stupid. Resets all your cooldowns. That's great if you have longer cooldowns, if you're not built around cooldowns. The problem, though, you don't really need that card if you know how to time it right. More the fact that it heals you for 500 health. Considering you're a 2,000 health character with no real way to boost your health, healing you for every time you get a kill is a quarter health. I like that, though, because it doesn't affect eliminations. First weapon shot at a hidden deals 500 bonus damage. Like, really? So you do 650 a shot when you come out of hidden? If you miss that shot, that's a problem. Especially because I tend to use poison bolts right out of my hidden, rather than actually shooting people. I see a lot of people run Smoke and Dagger with the 600 damage on the smoke screen. Not a fan of that. It's an AoE. I run Debilitate. I run nothing else but Debilitate. Let me show you why. Anti-tank. So, for one thing, this card right here is insane. Anytime you give me the reduced cooldown cards where it takes a full second off, I'm more inclined to take that than those half-second cards, where it's a half a second card. I'm only going to put 4 points into it to shave the 2 seconds off. Whereas, I'm more tempted to put the 5 points in and get the 5 seconds off. Especially because, look at this. It's an 8-second cooldown. I shave 5 seconds off. The duration of Poison Bolts is 4 seconds. The duration of Poison Bolts is 4 seconds. My cooldown has it, I can fire it off in 3 seconds. I can continuously poison the same target. I can be the most nefarious creature in the world. And each one is 10% maximum health damage. Gone. With Debilitate. Now I'm looking at another 10%. So it turns it into 40% maximum damage. I'm not done though. Enemies hit by Poison Bolts receive 75% reduced healing for 3 seconds. My cooldown on Poison Bolts is 3 seconds. I can keep applying 75% 75% reduced healing on them. And, to top it all off, take Cauterize 1 out of the gate. That's 105% reduced healing! You have shut down their ability to out-heal out of that card. Plain and simple. Who you shoot does not heal. I like the cloak lasting a few seconds longer. I like that 10-second cloak on me. Because I use that more to run around. This to me, I build a lot around smokescreen. For a game of Siege, I want smokescreen on the point. Or one of my big tricks, drop your smokescreen, then drop your time bomb. They cannot see the little red flashing indicator showing you where the bomb is until they leave the smokescreen. So it can guarantee an ult for the most part. And that's just helpful for, you know, okay, so I've died, now I can reset. By the way, if you put more points into that, it reduces the cooldown on it, which I like. So you could have that to the point where every 5 seconds, if you drop below 30%, you automatically enter stealth. But most people, if a sky is really annoying, most people just run Illuminate. I do have a speed boost build. Again, it's kind of the same thing. I firmly believe in the 3-second cooldown on Poison Bolt. You're going to have to work a lot harder for it. But the 50% movement speed, that's critical right there. Here's why. It's an elimination. It's 8 seconds for elimination. So if you keep getting eliminations, you can keep stacking it. Plus the movement speed during hidden. Plus the movement speed if you do a smoke screen. Because if you drop a smoke screen at your feet, then activate hidden and run through, you're at 25% movement speed for 3 seconds. And that drops to 15. If you get a kill then, you go up 50. It's insane. You can run around the map like Ant-Man. But you don't want to. You want to kill tanks. We go to Talus. Again, for me, there's only one card to run on Talus. The Faustian Bargain card to me is stupid. I don't like that it no longer automatically activates, because I'm one of those Talus people. I forget I drop my cooldown until my teleport, until sometimes I teleport back. Like, if I'm doing really good in their backline, I kind of think to myself, "Ah, damn it! Oh, no. I teleported." But there's so many times where that bails me out, where the automatic teleport, where I don't think that I have my teleport pad down, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. I just teleport out, and I'm like, thank you. The nothing personal, to me, that's stupid. I get it boosts your ultimate charge rate, that's nice. Especially with targets below health or reveal. To me, though, I don't really need that. Like, and then I hate people taking Raging Demon, because inner strength is the way to go. I'll explain it with my build. So the duration of overcharge lasts 4 seconds. Good job. Whereas me, I can 3 seconds of overcharge, teleport, drop my teleport, 3 seconds of overcharge, teleport, another 3 seconds of overcharge. So I get 6 seconds compared to your 4. The damage reduction I don't really care about there. The fact that when I teleport, it resets the cooldown on the overcharge and Blitz the Upper is great. Because I can play Talus as a frontline type character. Drop the teleport pad right in the middle of a battle, overcharge everybody, Blitz the Upper, everybody, teleport again, get back my health, and then do it all over again. Loadout. Primary build right here. So, this right here is what makes it insane, is having that extra 500 health when you teleport. Because your teleport will already heal you for 500 health. So now you're healing for 1,000 health when you teleport on a 1,900 health character. And it's not affected by Cauterize, because when you teleport, you cleanse. You cleanse your Cauterize status. This is insane right here, because this is endless clip, like what my Cassie build was, and now they're nerfing it, and I'm sad. But this right here is the key. Because you go from a 35 round clip to a 55 round clip. Oh my god, you just mow through everybody. Especially the way I play, where I'm constantly going between overcharge. So it's overcharge. You know, I go from overcharge to firing to overcharge. If you time it right, you never have to reload any game. It's hard to do, but you do that. Another trick, by the way, with Talus, I want to tell you, if you're going to teleport, start your reload animation before you teleport. Once you're finished teleporting, your reload happens automatically. Because it's not a game glitch, that's just how it works with him. Reducing the cooldown, that brings it down to 12 seconds. That to me is more manageable, just because it puts it in line with his other cooldowns. So his other cooldowns are 10 seconds and 10 seconds, 10 seconds. I bring this down to 12 seconds, get it kind of close. This to me is helpful. Hitting an enemy with overcharge reduces the cooldown of Blitz the Upper by 0.5. There is a second cooldown on it, but it lasts for 3 seconds. So I can get a second, shave off about a second off of Blitz the Upper. And then the duration of Rune of Travel is increased. I like that just because, like I said, when I get in backline, there's certain times I tend to do really well and just start mowing through people. Now, again, the amount of damage he does is insane. You can stack this with Life Rip. So my Vampire build is built around that. 50% Life Rip when below a certain amount of health. 40% Life Rip when Overcharge is active. Plus take 30% Life Rip in-game. Boom. This is my filler card right here. You're not going to have as much ammo to work with. And you only heal for 800 when you teleport. So, basically half your health. You're at half your health right now. You get back. That's fine and dandy. You turn into a goddamn into a demon with that. Okay, you're 40% life rep when Overcharge is active. Plus, if you get the in-game, that's 30%. Below 40% health, you get another 50% life rep. Plus the 30%. That's 80% life rep. The amount of damage that you put out with Overcharge is insane if you can stack all those things. If you're at 1 health and you just decide to stack your in-game life rep, you're below 40% life rep, and your goddamn Overcharge life rep, you're insane at that point with the amount of damage. The last flank we're going to go over is Xin. Xin is one of the top tier annoying flanks. He has 2 escape skills, basically. Below. Or as I call it, oh fuck, they changed my sword. I'm not happy. No. There we go, that's better.
Xin.
Oh my, nice Conqueror War Sword. Huzzah! Shut up. So, god dang it, Rocky. Hold up. My little dog's being annoying right now. The big dog's asleep, the little dog's up. That's kind of how they work. Usually it's the other way around, but yeah. Smolder. Old MK3. Smoke out. Billow. Just whoop, slide out. And the fact that you can increase that time, that's what I use to counter a lot of things. A lot of CC, a lot of ultimates. Just smoke out. Plain and simple. He's really annoying. For one thing, this is the only flank, in my opinion. Every card is useful. Plain and simple. You can build them for everything. Guillotine is great for being strictly anti-tank. Take morale boost, build your ultimate charge up there. You get the damage immunity, it does give you CC immunity with the guillotine card. Believe it or not. It doesn't put it up there, but you do get it. I've had cons try and ultimate me during my ultimate. I have guillotine, they can't do it. But, you know, it's 4 hits. I guaranteed to kill my target. If I hit you with that ultimate, you're dead on guillotine. But the problem that you have to deal with that, you don't get a lot of healing out of it. You're not going to get healing out of it. And you're not going to get any sort of defensive sustain. To me, I think the Yomi card is kind of stupid. The fact that your 3rd swing deals 850 damage and doesn't have a range limit is great. But the problem is, I see a lot of Zins, they just shoot, they just go the first 2 shots right into the wall or the ground, and then they do that big swing to hit you. I don't like that. You're sacrificing. It's 450, it's going down to 400. Personally, I would have preferred if the heavy swing got nerfed, because I do see a lot of people running the Yomi card. I would have preferred if that had gotten nerfed down a bit, maybe go down from 700 to 650, as opposed to 450 to 400. I mean, the extra 50 damage on the 2 swings isn't going to hurt me too much, because he does swing really fast. I get 3 hits out in 2 seconds. And the fact that the amount of damage that I can do with him is insane. Like, I play him more of a damage than an actual flank, because I don't like getting behind people. I like, especially with him, where he is honorable samurai type character. I like being able to challenge people kind of honorably one-on-one up in your face. Retaliation builds annoy the shit out of me. Oh my god, are they effective? I hate them. Because I'm not that type of character. My mic probably screwed up there. Hold on. I'm not that type of a character just to sit there and pink, 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 and reflect it back. That's another thing. The melee strike on that card should have gotten nerfed. if you're gonna let these fuckers run a retaliation build, you need to nerf that card. Cause look, it's 10% more damage on a 560 damage card. They're doing 600 damage a hit for 2.5 seconds. Ping, ping, ping. Cause people are stupid enough to sit there and shoot them. I've seen Vivians and Ruckuses just sit there and unload a full clip into them, and they just go ping, 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 and you're dead. It's stupid. I do have a retaliation build, I don't do it. Smolder is the way to go in my personal opinion. Just because the way I have it built, smoke out, heal. Just bam, I can get down so low and then whoops, smoke out. This is my loadout for him. Now, I personally have a preference on the Whirl Distance 3. That's my personal preference. I whirl in, because what I use whirl for, I use that A to get around shields. Like if Khan or Vivian have their shield up, whirl behind them with it. Because it hits them as I go behind them. The distance, that to me, I use that straight through a line of enemies because I hit behind them. Not in front of them, behind them, because it's an area damage. So that's the big thing for me. Same thing with Fernando. If a Fernando's low health, whirl behind. I use that to get behind them more than Billow. I use whirl to get in and Billow to get out. The duration of Billow is crucial right there. I would put more points into that if I could. I really can't afford to take the extra points off. I like having the extra ammo, because if you look, remember, you fire in swings of 3. So that basically is giving me an extra clip. I look at Xin as having multiple 3-round clips. Swing, swing, swing. So swing, swing, swing. Right? This basically gives me an extra clip on that. What are you doing, little man? This gives me an extra clip. This gives me the distance that I need to get behind. And this, so now I basically have a 3-second Billow. I can time out a lot of ultimates. As long as I can juke fake Drogos for a few seconds, whoop, Billow, I'm out. And then the kills reduce cooldown and Billow by 20%. That's critical. I would prefer eliminations, obviously. But I do tend to get a lot of kills with Xin. I get more kills with Xin. Xin is my second flank. I like Xin. This is the retaliation build. So this is critical here. This is just to help you smoke out a little bit more. This is all right here. So now you have a 2.5 second counter. Every counter heals you for 200 health, and you get ammo for that. It's built around counter. God dang it. Alright. Like I said, he's annoying me right now. But that is how you build your certain flanks. That's how you build them. Here's how you play them. You play them however you want. If you're the only flank, I do prefer you try and get backline. Some characters just cannot get backline and do that. Talus is not really a backline type character. He's more a mid-range flank. Like, let me use Serpent Beach as an example, because that's flank heaven. Androxus, you can get behind real easy. Moji, you can get behind real easy. Moji has a harder time getting behind. You mostly want to use Scamper to get in rather than get out. Because you're one of those type of characters, once you get in, you kind of stay in. Either you kill them and you keep pushing, or they kill you. Same thing, Androxus has the mobility with Nether Step to get in. Can reversal to hold off on damage, and then Nether Step out. He's a great flank. Buck, you can bounce in if you want. It's not really great to bounce out with. He's another more stay and take it. Eevee's got so much goddamn mobility, she should be behind them at all costs. Maeve, again, prowl to get in. Lex can combat slide to get in. To me, Skye and Talus can't really get in as well. Like, they're not really flanks. They're really more midline types. With Skye not having an escape skill, she just goes invisible. You have to balance that off with, she has to be very careful because she has no means of escape. She drops a smoke screen at her feet, goes invisible and runs away, but if you run Illuminate, you can see her. And Talus just teleports. So you always have to run that risk that somebody could be camping your teleport pad. So that's the big deal with flanks. You have to realize how easy it is to play because you're just straight up damaging killing people. But you also have to realize your job is to get kills. So if you're putting out damage, that's great, that's wonderful. That is part of being a flank. Like, flanks and damage to me are kind of interchangeable. As I said before, Sha Lin, I would prefer if Sha Lin was changed to being a flank, with maybe Moji as a damage or Buck as a damage. I would prefer actually the Buck as a damage. Maybe put a couple of extra rounds in his magazine, like give him 2 more rounds. Give him a 6-round magazine. Bump his health up permanently to the 650 or to the 2600. Make him that kind of a more beefy damage dealer. And don't have him as a flank. Because, I mean, his ultimate is more of a damage ability. Like, it just unloads ammo in your face. It's like Tyra's ultimate, basically. Like, seriously, it's Tyra's ultimate. It should be a damage one. It shouldn't be flank. Thank you for watching. I hope this was eventful. We do have to do the how to deal the damage, and I will talk about some of the Cassie stuff from the patch that I found out then. I'll see you around. Hopefully the camera worked. I know it's an annoyance right now, because I'm, like, this is my first stream doing it, so you'll have to excuse me for that. But this is mostly because, I want to make myself a little bit more professional with this, and having the camera, because before, you don't really see anything. Plus, I can showcase shit off, like, show some shit off. Books! I'm a book guy. Books! This is my corner, this is my room. Like, I live kind of in an apartment type thing. Books! People call me a nerd. Paperwork. Books! That's how I roll. I'm not gonna worry about fixing the camera right now because we're gonna shut the stream. So we're shutting the stream down. Bye-bye.